Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 5, and this is going to be my trailer breakdown or promo breakdown for Episode 4 of this season, otherwise entitled News Flash. But of course, before we get into anything else, let's watch the trailer.
You can't blame yourself for something future you might do.
Mom, I don't understand how I could do something like that to her.
Nora, you gotta snap out of this.
What I have to do is kill you.
The Flash, only this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
So last episode was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it. I think it was, a pick-me-up from episode 2, which was basically your standard filler episode, apart from maybe the last couple of minutes and maybe the opening couple of minutes as well. But episode 3 was really good. I do like the fact that they really did focus on the fact that Nora did stuff up the timeline. We already went over the fact that it would have been sort of ludicrous if they went so long and there was no timeline change for Nora being here. So the fact that they jumped into it early was really nice to see. But it was also good to see that Nora ended up being the hero of the episode as well, because the whole episode she was getting slapped around. As I said in my review, basically a full-on diss track that episode was for Nora. But it was good that at the end she got that hero moment and essentially saved the day. Now, to end that episode off, we did get that sort of weird scene between Sherlock and Nora, so who knows what's going on there. I'll probably make a bonus video on that over the weekend, but if you do have any opinions on that, let me know them in the comment section. But of course, before we jump into the actual breakdown of this trailer, we will quickly go over the synopsis or description for this episode, as it does give us some information that the trailer does not give us at all. So yeah, we'll go over that. But of course, before that, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this trailer. Obviously, there is some interesting stuff in here that I'm sure you guys have opinions on, so let me know all of that in the comment section down below. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on the video to show support for the Flash videos and all of that. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Barry and Iris face the ultimate parenting test when Team Flash battles Spin, a savvy millennial armed with meta tech, and a dangerous agenda for their daughter, Nora. Ralph is feeling defeated until an unlikely source issues a challenge to help boost his confidence. So obviously we're going to go over the trailer right now. However, there is some important stuff regarding this episode that is not in the trailer that we will go after. And it's sort of weird that they don't put it in the trailer, because it does give us some context as to what's going on. But maybe that's why they don't do it, so you're sort of left wondering what's going on, if that makes sense. But we start off the trailer with seeing Barry and Iris just having a bit of a heart-to-heart. But we do see Iris breaking down over something that she potentially does to Nora in the future. And we've been sort of leading up to this moment because this whole season, I know it's only been 3 episodes, but we got a big suggestion of it last season as well. There is an issue between Nora and Iris. Nora just doesn't seem to be that fond of Iris. She only seems to really interact with Iris when Barry's there. It's just sort of like when you have that friendship where you only interact with someone when someone else is there. It's like that sort of awkward relationship between the two. And even last episode, towards the end, when they invite Nora to live at their loft, Nora just walks straight past Iris, gives her the biggest shade you will ever see, and hugs Barry, but just ignores Iris completely. So that might be what triggers them diving deeper into what the issue is between them two. Or there could be a scene at the beginning of this episode where maybe they're just left alone, and maybe Iris brings it up and Nora just walks off, or something along those lines. But what could Iris have possibly done in the future to Nora to basically cause this this disastrous relationship between the two? If this was just 2 random people and they were friends and then something happened and they split up, fair enough. But this is a mother and daughter, and it just seems like Nora wants nothing to do with Iris. So what does she do? Now, I think the most popular one that people are coming up with is that Iris possibly, maybe not fully shunned Nora, but definitely maybe distanced herself once Nora became infatuated with her father and just wanted to be like him. Because obviously we know what happened to Barry. He disappeared because he was the Flash who was going about doing that. So maybe Iris to herself just thinking basically, well, if she keeps going down this road, she's going to disappear as well. Maybe Nora just wasn't listening at all, and Nora was just potentially putting herself, in the firing line. So maybe that was an issue between them two. I have seen some ludicrous ones. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it as well, where people say that Iris abused Nora. I think we can tell 100% that Iris is not the abusing type. So I think you can chuck that one in the rubbish. But it will be interesting to see what it is, because I think they might not 100% dive into it. It might be something that Nora maybe keeps a secret, but you'd have to think they will at least dip maybe 2 of their legs into the pool, if that makes sense, and and go over it a bit. Hopefully it's not just addressed quickly and then like just skimmed over, and they don't really focus on it. Hopefully there is some focus on it, because it has been a mystery for not only the past 3 episodes, but since really last season, when like the mystery girl, as she was known at that point, just wasn't interacting with Iris and basically avoiding Iris at all costs. But we do see Nora and Barry running into a stadium as both XS and the Flash. The Flash, or Barry, is leading. I just need to point that out. But obviously this is the same stadium that Barry and Reverse Flash fought in was it the mid-season finale in season 1? I think it was episode 9, or was it episode 7? One of the two. But, you know, in that period in season 1, this is the same stadium they fought in. So is that a coincidence? I don't know. I know, because obviously there's a lot of theories around, you know, what's going on with Nora, especially that end scene with Sherlock from last episode. Maybe there's some Reverse Flash stuff going on there. Not to say that Nora is Reverse Flash, but maybe she's influenced by Reverse Flash. But once again, this season has been doing a lot of nods to season 1. Like, that's really what they're going for. And like in regards to like the tone, the feel, and even just like visual references and stuff. We've seen multiple visual references calling back to season 1 this season so far. So this could just be another one, because we do have 2 speedsters basically having a fight, essentially, by the looks of it. So why not go to an iconic area where there was an iconic scene where 2 speedsters fought in the past? So I think it just makes sense to go there. But obviously this time it's during the day rather than at night, like that Barry vs. Reverse Flash fight in season 1. In regards to the stadium, it is Central City versus Gateway City in a game of soccer/football, whatever you call it. That was what was going on beforehand. It might be half time, but the stadium's empty, so unless no one's going to watch it, but I don't know. But in regards to Gateway City, it's a nice nod there, because in the comics, the Star Labs facility located in Gateway City is the one in the comics that specializes in like the research and study of metahumans. And obviously that's what we know that the show focuses on in regards to the Star Labs in Central City. So I thought that was a nice nod. I don't know if it was intentional or not. Maybe they just randomly chose Gateway City, but that's just something I picked up on. Now, some of you guys might have missed this. Some people have picked it up, because I've just talked to people and they've said they picked it up. But on the digital billboards, like the scroll across in the background, it does say XS kills Flash. Now, this should be a big giveaway that this is not a normal thing that's happening. Like, this isn't just Nora freaking out. There's something going on here. But what exactly is going on here? Like, why does the digital billboards in the back say XS kills Flash? Like, what's going on there? Well, that's most likely going to have to do with the villain for this episode, or at least the new character being introduced in this episode, and that is Spin. So in the trailer, we don't see this new character that we will be meeting in this episode. We don't really get any suggestion to her at all, except for maybe a blurry shot outside of Jitters, but I think Nora might be looking in towards Iris. But this could be a scene that possibly involves this new character of Spin. Now, on the show, Spin will be known as Spencer Young. In the comics, it's a male. On the show, it's going to be a female. It's gender bent. We've had them before. No drama there. But I don't know if they'll reference her as Spin. They might just call her Spencer Young, because that's her name. And she will be, as the synopsis says, a savvy millennial with metatech, as well as a dangerous agenda for Nora. So in the promo images released for this episode, we do get a good look at Spin, aka Spencer Young, who will be played by Kiana Madeira. Now, in the comics, to briefly sum up like Spin's abilities, they could make people's like anxieties and fears and stuff like that into a reality. So for this episode, I'm going to guess that the tech she has will just like mess with Nora's mind or something like that, and make her, well, go a bit cuckoo, as we do see in the trailer. Because essentially the whole trailer is going for like Nora having like a short temper and stuff like that. So maybe whatever Spin's abilities are, or Spencer Young's abilities are, or the metatech she has, might I say, is just to like either mess with your emotions, or it is to like cause anxieties and fears. And maybe one of Nora's fears is like her father not respecting her and stuff like that. So that could be what's going on here. But you know, the trailer and the promo images don't really give us too much context to base all of our opinions on. Now, the promo images do show us a baseball game between the Central City Police Department, which obviously Barry would be a part of, and the Central City Fire Department, which we did see a while ago through set photos, so this isn't anything too new. And we know that due to the set photos, that in this setting, Nora will intervene to like a bomb or something going off as XS. So she'll be there as Nora, but then she'll save the scene as XS. So God knows where her suit is. And this, I'm guessing at least, will be how she is popularized. Like, this is where she gets noticed for the most part by Central City, and, you know, which could lead to Spencer Young targeting her in order to further her career along, because Spencer Young's going to be, you know, she's a savvy millennial, like the synopsis says, but she's also like an up-and-coming social media person. So maybe she sees, oh, if I focus on this new speedster, I can up my career, which would actually be very, very similar to another character we have on the show back in season 1. Of course, that being Iris. She basically started her journalism career by covering The Flash. So that'd be a nice sort of like a callback if they want to do that for this episode. In regards to Ralph in this episode, he is sent on a challenge. I'm guessing this is by Sherlock because this synopsis was released before Sherlock came on the show. Maybe they didn't want to say Sherlock Wells in the synopsis. So I'm guessing Sherlock, being a fellow detective and sort of the crap that he gave Ralph in the first episode, he might do something in this episode to sort of like raise Ralph's morale, if you want to call it. So I don't know what Ralph's going to be doing, but at least he gets something to do. But overall, this episode looks like it's going to be a solid episode. I think it is going to be filler for the most part. I think the only things that are going to be really relevant to this season is the stuff with Nora and Iris. Unless we get some more stuff with Cicada in this episode. But he isn't in the trailer, so this could be a filler episode. Maybe Cicada isn't present, except maybe for like a post-credit scene or something like that. But it looks like it's going to be entertaining. I'm excited to see Spin's abilities, how they portray them on the show, and also just seeing Barry and Nora fight. I think that should be pretty interesting. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this episode. You're looking forward to it? What are you looking forward to the most? What do you think is going on with Nora and Iris? What do you think Iris did in the future? Just let me know all of your opinions in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.